Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Real Academy. I'm Dr. Sheikah Houston, and my trustmate and partner in leadership, Tammy, and I are very happy to be back live with you after we have been traveling and in training for the past couple of weeks. So we are happy to be back live, and I'm going to turn it over to her while I feed us through to several groups so more people can get on with us.
Good morning, Shika, and good
Good
morning,
morning, Tammy.
everybody. Thank you guys for joining us and being back with us. We are so excited to be with you all live this morning. Good morning, Principal Dot McKeeva Jeter. We are so excited to have you on with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining. I mean, Shika mentioned that we have been crazy busy these last few weeks. And I mean, it's like we've been on this nonstop journey, quite exhausting, honestly. But it's been such an amazing experience. We've had so many awesome experiences. Good morning, Mr. Morris. And hi there. This is King of Virginia's on here, Shika. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we talked to you guys a little bit about our excitement from the PLC conference where we heard and learned so many amazing things from Dr. Anthony Muhammad and so many others. It was absolutely incredible. That very next week, we were actually in San Antonio, which was another incredible experience. Hi there, Central Hicks joining us from Texas. Thank you for joining this morning. As I was saying, we were just out in San Antonio and we had such a fabulous experience. I took a team from my school to the Avid Institute out there, and they were so energized and absolutely on fire. We returned, and Shika and I headed over to Greenville to connect with a sister in education, Dr. Sharon Hargo Porter, which was absolutely phenomenal to be able to see her and be with her. And then last Sunday, we were able to close out the Sunday session of Black Educators Rock with Dr. Melissa Nolan Chester and the BR team. This was like super busy. Then this week, Shika actually had to come back and conduct 3 days of training for Ava herself, which she said was phenomenal. And Shika had to say congratulations on a
Thank you.
job well done. Um, a definite highlight though this week was when we got to sit with the Godfather himself, y'all, Principal Kafele. We were so elated to be able to learn from him in person in Charlotte. It was such a beautiful experience. We got so many amazing takeaways, and the sessions were actually filled with such great synergy. We had so many ahas during the time that we were able to spend with him. And I'm going to be honest, if you haven't attended a leadership institute, you have to sign up for one. We learned so much from him, and the discussion on equity was so powerful. I believe, and I'm sure Shika agrees, that every educator needs to hear what he has to say. We were also blessed to know that there were a lot of people there who log on with us and never make a comment. So we want to say publicly to you guys, thank you for rolling with us each week. We want to thank you guys who do always talk with us through comments. Like Melissa is on here, and Raquel Squall. Principal Kafele is actually on here this morning. Good morning. We're just talking about you. Susan is on. Good morning, everybody. Scott Stewart. Rashard Davis. We really appreciate having you all on, but we want to just again say to all of you guys who don't make a comment, thank you for being with us. It's such an honor to have you with us, and we say thanks to all of you for rolling with us each week. Again, we're going to say welcome to the Real Academy, and just a reminder that that real acronym is from our framework, the real framework that we created. And that framework is what we use to navigate our schools 2 and 3 report card grade levels in 1 year of improvement. We want to just say that if you stand firm on what we are promoting, those things will help you to navigate or avoid state sanctioned school improvement statuses. And remember, it stands for respect, excellence, accountability, leadership, literacy, and leadership. We needed that roadmap to guide us, and we are so thankful that we had the wherewithal to be able to create that guide for us. Our work is completely based on the school improvement work of Ron Edmonds. And if you just have joined us for the first time, know that we are problem solvers, and that's who we are here, and that's why we're here. We want this to be something that we do to help practitioners, because we are practitioners, to be able to do the things that need to be done for children. If you aren't familiar with us personally, Shika is actually the director of secondary interventions for our school district. She's our AVID district director and a staff developer for AVID, as I said before. She's a board member for the MUSC hospital system, which is amazing. And we are so thankful for her representation, as well as for Girls on the Run, which is in our Tri-County area. So thanks again. Shika, are you done with your feeding?
I am, and thank you, Tammy, for that, the introduction and greeting everyone. Greetings, everyone. Good morning. We are excited to be back, as we've stated, and thank you for that introduction, Tammy. If you're not familiar with Tammy Taylor, soon to be Dr. Tammy Taylor, she is the principal of Great Falls Elementary School, and she is a blog contributor to NWEA Blog Post. She is the vice president of South Carolina Education Association for Region 3. And as I stated, she's working on her PhD through the University of South Carolina in Columbia, where she is doing some amazing work with who she considers to be some of the most amazing Black women principals. And we're both best-selling contributing authors to Principals Who Lead in Education. We're the founders of Create and Educate LLC, our company where we provide professional development, coaching, and training to educators and organizations. And we don't tell you our background to say, ooh, look at us and all these accolades. We want to make sure that people know in our area, Chester, South Carolina, sometimes great things were not expected from our area. So we want our young ladies who look up to us, African-American young ladies or any young lady, or young African-American males who are looking to us as mother figures, or, some type of example in a woman. We want to be those examples for our children. So that's the only reason why we tell you those things. Things were not expected from young women who grew up in single parent homes in a small rural area. So that's what's connected to our why. And that's why we tell you that each week. So let's jump into our topic, which is something that's been very popular and trending in some of our Facebook groups, themes and visions. And so we're helping educators prepare for the return of school. So we know that it's that time of year where leaders are definitely preparing for teachers to come back. Teachers are preparing for the students to come back. And a lot of times what's coming up is working on your vision. And then we're going to talk about theme in just a moment. But when I was in the building, my vision was 1.5 years of growth for every student. And that was learning that I received from Principal Hurt. We have a school, or we had a school that definitely needed to focus on growth. So that was the vision. That's what I wanted everyone to see and know that we were doing. Now at the middle school, we really didn't have a theme, but for our framework, the vision definitely falls under leadership, the leadership pane on our R.E.A.L.L acronym framework. And when you're thinking about a vision, it really should be something that people can see your values and your objectives for your school. It should be specific and measurable. it should also be something where people can see what you're trying to accomplish, and then definitely something that everyone can see that is taking you towards growth. So that 1.5 years of growth for every student, where in a school we were receiving students from our 3 elementary schools, where the students were about 2 or 3 grade levels behind, that 1.5 years every year that will culminate in that 8th grade year to the hopes that they would be on grade level or very close to it. So we worked really hard around that.
which
Some
is
of the
really smart.
themes, thank you. Some of the themes that I've seen, if we were actually going to have a theme at the middle school, would be growing into greatness, growth is limitless. So I know that themes really are very popular, more so probably at the elementary level. And those of you that are logging on, tell us what you all are thinking of for your themes for your school. And if you're elementary, middle, or high school, and that will kind of give all of us some ideas. We all like to collaborate and work together. Good morning, Dr. Akua.
Hey, Dr. Kua, thank you.
So Tammy, tell us about your theme for your school.
So, and I'll have to just be completely transparent because that's who I am. But just coming from the district administration,
Mm-hmm.
and by way of the district office and not through the chair of assistant principal, it was really, I think, um, difficult for me at first to like wrap my mind around a thing, because I was there to accomplish a mission. Like, I'm here so that we can move our kids, and the business is, the theme is for us to come in here and do our work. And so I didn't realize how important having a central message is for the teachers, for the students, and honestly, even for parents. They look for something that, as you said before, unifies us in our mission to get our kids to grow. So I've evolved and I've had to grow into being able to be a principal who starts a year with a theme. And so I honestly do enjoy now seeing how, when you start with something in mind, and especially if it's something that you're going to continue throughout, and you're going to weave that into what you do throughout the year, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a really big part of what happens in the school. And so the culture kind of thrives on those things that you are doing to make that happen. And for us, like, as you were talking about the vision before, I think it's really wise that you guys set your vision to be something that also got you your ultimate goal of moving your kids and closing those gaps that were there, so that the
Mm-hmm.
children could be successful when you were sending them on over to the high school. I really think that's brilliant. For us, I wanted to say this too, because I'm a very transparent person. But at our training this week, when we were sitting with Principal Kafele and really taking the time to talk through all of those things that he was sharing. And one of the things that he shared, which is the reason that we're going back, my leadership team and I are going to take a deep dive into our vision, because right now the vision is such that it talks about what our common goal is, and that is to operate as a learning community while focusing on the needs of all of the kids. But when Principal Kafele had his discussion about each versus all, it completely changed the perspective. And fortunately, Tanya was there. My assistant principal was there with me. So that is going to be the basis of the discussion for us to really revisit that vision, to talk about what we learned with Principal Kafele about um, each being something that we can focus on, because that intentionality has to be there so that we are reaching each one of the kids and not just all of the
Right.
students. Yeah.
That's very smart, Tammy. And I'm glad you're transparent and was willing to share that, because that's another thing that Principal Kafele teaches us. If we're not constantly reflecting on things, and as leaders we're going to different trainings and we're picking up different things, and we should be reinstituting those back in what we do every day.
Yes.
So those visions, and Central stated it, should be something that is, and the themes, we're talking about themes now, so your theme should be connected to the vision, or your what you're doing. It should be purposeful, not just something that's cute. So sometimes we find different little things on Amazon or wherever, and it looks cute or sounds cute, but it really should be very purposeful and taking you on the right direction that you need to go. And before we run out of time, some of the things that we saw that were pretty popular as far as themes were concerned that could be connected to growth. And I want to say that when I talked about my vision at the middle school, it was something that I talked about every single week. The students heard me say, that's what we're working on, 1.5 years of growth. And although we didn't have like a theme per se, there was like a slogan that I would always use: CMS, I see you. What do you see? Your answer should always be greatness. So I wanted to instill that to them. Yes, we are working on growth, and you all are great. And I would always say, I don't think they believed it at first, but as they started to experience that success and started to see themselves grow, I would ask them, what's the vision? 1.5 years of growth, Miss Houston, we got it. Or Dr. Houston, when I got my doctorate degree, we got it, we know. And then, I would be saying things to them. One morning, I forgot to announce what the goal was for the MAP assessment. And the teachers were calling saying, the kids say you didn't announce the goal. They want you to
Yeah.
announce the goal. So then they started getting on me. So when it's intrinsic and when they're looking for it, that's when you really have that commitment, and when your culture
Absolutely.
starts to shift.
And one of the things that was on that list, that could have gone with your 1.5 years of growth was growing great minds, because that's a growth theme.
Yes, I like that one too. And some of the other ones that we saw, because we're going to have to get out of Principal Kafele's way,
Yes.
The Magical Yet, which is also a book.
Love that one.
And then this goes along with the story of, was it Rich Strike, the Kentucky Derby winner that
Yeah.
was last place. And so he was had 80-1 odds and was last, but then came in and won. So just things like that, where you can show triumph, you can connect it to your vision, your why. You can show the YouTube video about this person. Just make it purposeful, something that you can continue to connect to throughout the year, and that's going to inspire your students, or even connect to your why, or your why as an educator.
And I think another thing that'll help with, like for us, I think that will not just be inspirational to kids, but that will be inspirational to my staff, because when we are looking at the journey that we've been on, and we look from being number 80 on a list to I'm sure probably coming
To
out
one
of
point from excellent.
going out of this situation, it can speak to them. And I think it's empowering, because
It
that will
is.
help them to recognize, like, hey, look at the work that you guys have done. And even though we're not out yet, we are well on our way. So I think I think that's a really good one. The other one that I thought was good, that we I think could really do a lot with, because it's so central to other things that it could connect with our moving toward restorative practices and a focus on SEL and those kinds of things,
Mhm.
is the one that we saw that says kindness counts or something. And you
Yes.
could take the kindness challenge and make sure that the
Mhm.
kids are working on, as Michelle says, random acts of kindness throughout
Mhm.
the year.
And I think it was kindness begins with me. I did like that one too.
Yeah.
But there were several, and we will put that on our page when we will follow up with some commentary after this about themes. So we'll list those out since we didn't get to all of them. I do want to give a shout out to Kimberly. She's one of the ones who constantly logs on, but maybe sometimes
Yes.
doesn't comment. And then
Hi,
we
Kimberly.
have Miss, and it's a Subhan, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, from Pakistan joining us.
Oh,
So
thank you for joining us.
that is awesome. And the
Yeah.
question he has, or the he or she has, is my question is that as a principal, what is the best way to grab admissions initially for any new school? So we'll
Mhm.
follow up with you because we're going to run out of
Definitely.
time.
Oh, and
Um,
before we go, Shika, I would be remiss if I did not say how proud, because this is another part of all of the amazing events that have happened this week. My friend, because she's friends
yes,
to both of us, our friend Kimberly Odom, who is Dr. Kimberly Odom, defended her dissertation and is now a PhD from the
yes.
University of South Carolina, and we are so proud of Kim.
We are proud of Kim. And I said when we plan our trip, our celebration trip, when Tammy finishes soon, we'll be calling ourselves the Great Doctors. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
and Principal Kafele, if you're still on here, she wanted to make sure that you knew she missed your last day of session, but she had made that transition into her doctorate. So thank you so much.
That's right, Josh. Go Gamecocks.
Okay,
So
John.
this is Tammy likes Clemson, but she's going to be a Gamecock. Um, this is bringing us to the end. Thank you all for joining us. If you have not visited our website, please visit our website. I'm going to put it in the comments and sign up for our newsletter. We have newsletters that we send out frequently to connect educators to great resources. One of the things that helped us move those 2 and 3 grade levels was thinking outside of the box and not just being traditionalists as educators. So we're always looking and finding great resources for educators. We have books that will go along with some of these themes that we're going to post in our upcoming newsletter. So go to our website, fill out the form. It asks you to put in if you're a parent, an educator, or if it has some other things in there. But whatever you are working in education, just fill it out and that will get you on our newsletter list so you can stay connected to us. So because we are a part of the Fantastic Four and Josh is on here, he will be on with Unlock the Middle on tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then we're hopping off to jump on with Principal Kafele. If you would go to the virtual AP Leadership Academy, we'll be hopping on with him for
Yes. Please
more
join us.
great leadership PD. So thank you all for joining us. We're
Okay.
happy to be back live and we'll see you
Yes.
on Principal Kafele's
Have
page.
a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe.
Yes, stay safe. Thank you.